Hello, hello, hello. My day of sentencing has arrived. Okay, so we already found Gulliver. We know that Wendell's gonna be here tomorrow. There's still a gyroid from yesterday somewhere. I just have no idea where it is. Eventually, I will find it. The only thing on the schedule for today are the turnips. Now, for anyone who has not caught what's happened this week, I'm going to start with the last 2 weeks. We had a decrease and then a decrease. Both of those are 10% chances. What's up with that? Why am I getting 2 decreases? Actually, is that true? Is a spike always... Or sorry, is decrease always 10%? Or is it like slightly more after spike? I might have been yapping this whole time. Sorry. The first one, the random spike, it has a 20... If you have a spike, the chance of a decrease the following week is 20%. Okay, so the first decrease was a 20% chance, but after decrease, it's a 10% chance. So we hit the 20% chance, then the 10% chance. And then we got a decrease at the start of the week, which is a 10% chance. Then we got another decrease, which is a 10% chance. And then our price went up 2 bells the past few days. So now it's Friday. It's our last day that we could possibly get a spike. I've only ever seen one Friday spike, so I don't have a good feeling about it. If it happens, great. If not, then I'm selling at significant loss. And there it is. We're selling at 50 bells, folks. I could wait for tomorrow, but I don't want to risk it. So this sucks. Honestly, this is terrible. I'm not happy. It's not great. I'm not a fan, honestly. I bought a lot the past 3 weeks. 2 decreases and then no spike. That's awful. And it's not right. And this is like making me a little worried. You know, the past while I've been parading around essentially saying like, oh yeah, we got a great little stretch of time for turnips. You know, after the new year, right? Like last year it was like, okay. Like, you know, before my 1 year of streaming this game mark, and like, you know, on December 10th, I did a bunch of like prep, got things all good to go, and then most of December I was just like, well, I'm kind of just working on turnips, and there's Toy Day, and then that's like it. There wasn't really much else going on. So it's like, okay, well, what am I doing here, right? And then it was just like kind of slow. And then it was like, okay, well, let's think about like what we can do. And it's like, well, here's how turnips are. December was pretty good for turnips. There's a little like sketch. I don't know, honestly, like a month ago, it's always crazy at that time of year, right? But it's like December, I had a spike on the first week, and then the second week I had no spike. And I bought 31 inventories. I sold at a slight loss. And then the following week I had a spike, then I had a spike, then I had a spike. And that was all technically within December. The Christmas spike was very minimal. I didn't buy as many inventories, and I barely had enough time to sell them all because I was just very busy. So I'm glad that worked out. But yeah, obviously can't do much there. Okay, and then I was like talking. I'm like, all right, well, January the raffle's on the weekend, so we don't have to worry about buying turnips. And then February, same thing, raffles on a weekend, so we don't have to worry about it. So I was like, okay, great. That means we have like 11 weeks of golden turnip time, right? Like I don't have to stop and think, oh shoot, do I want to buy this week or not? Blah 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 blah, right? And I just kept talking about that, and I was like, yeah, we're doing pretty well. We're like, you know, 2/3 of the way in. I want to get this done as soon as possible. I'm gonna like start going crazy on it, and the game's like, no, you cannot do this, because it's 3 weeks where I'm not making money in a row. And again, I don't like that. Obviously, who would like that? It's not really great, but I think I said this before, and I'm just gonna look through. We've had one period of time where we had a decrease, and then a raffle. Although I don't think I bought on one of those weeks. So that one's a little weird. Like, yes, we've seen 2 decreases followed by who knows because of the raffle, which is 3 bad weeks in a row. We've seen that before, but I didn't buy during one of those weeks. And I also didn't buy during the raffle week. So, like, while no progress was being made, I wasn't, like, wasting my time, you know? So that's a little bit different. And then there's obviously the Great Drought, where the week of May 19th we had no spike, and then we had a decrease, then no spike, decrease, no spike. So technically that's only 5 weeks of nothing, but because, it, you know, from week to week, time has to pass. I keep saying it's 6 weeks. Technically it's only 5 weeks, but from, like, last time I got profit to the next time I got profit, I guess it's closer to, like, 7 weeks, probably. Anyway, so that is a pretty bad period of time. But after we got... Hold on, I'm trying to pick these up and, like, look at the dates, but it's not always easy to do. But yeah, once we got through that drought, we had a spike in June. And then it went decrease, no spike. Then we had, like, spike, who knows, decrease, 2 spikes, decrease, 4 spikes, decrease, 2 spikes, decrease, and I don't know, 5 spikes, no spike, 3 spikes. And now we have another 3 weeks of just garbage. So we have not seen... Oh, that's just embarrassing. So we've not seen up here a stretch of time this bad when it comes to actually buying turnips, right? Because that one time... There's the stretch of time, obviously there's the big drought. That drought was really bad. And then there's the 3 weeks in, like, April, where it was 2 decreases and nothing. But I didn't buy anything that first week. And then I bought, I guess, like, 39 inventories. And then I bought 3 inventories the following week. So, like, yeah, this one hurts a lot more because I bought, like, 33, 40, and 42 inventories. I've spent... probably, like, almost 10 hours between all these weeks. Like, it was like 2.5-ish basically to buy, I think, every week. So, like, that's 7.5. And then selling has taken, like, an hour each time. So, yeah, I'd say, like, 10 hours over these past 3 weeks. Literally just to lose money. And I know money is very easy to come from when you do get a spike, so I'm not worried about the money loss. It's obviously about the time loss and about how much money I actually have outside. Because I only have so much money outside, I like to keep my money in the bank, because that's how I, like, track how much I make in a week. So I don't like to take money out of the bank. Not a fan of that. They're not... Okay, I'm a little confused by this. Some of these are gonna get a little awkward because of the stuff that's been scooped by the igloos. Anyway, we're losing money here. I would say we're losing at least 2 mil. And I would say we lost, like, at least a mil between the other 2 weeks. Like, it was an 8 bell loss the first week and a 10 bell loss the other week. And, like, with 5 mil, it's like, yeah, okay, that's like 500k maybe. So that's like, let's say that's 1 mil. But if I'm doing 5.4 mil and I'm selling at 50 when I bought at 86, yeah, it's a little different. It's a lot more significant. So anyway, I am very frustrated by this. Obviously, I kept talking about, like, how this was a really good period of time, and I've put in the time. You know, I kept saying I'm gonna start buying more now, right? Normally, I show up, I buy for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. If the bad price, maybe I get like 3 mil, maybe I push for 4. But now I've been like, nah, I'm pushing for 5. We're going crazy on it, right? And all I've got for this is just garbage. You know, I've just wasted my time. Again, there's like always a 50 or 60% chance of a spike. That's what they tell you. If you have a spike, it's a 50% chance. If you have one of the other two patterns, it's a 60% chance. So the fact that we've seen 3 in a row where it's not that, just very bad. Now, I mean, obviously, I had, 2 spikes in a row, 4 spikes in a row, 2 spikes in a row, 5 spikes in a row, 3 spikes in a row. I had insane luck towards the end of last year. I'm not going to pretend I didn't. I think it was actually, like, insane luck. I was very happy with how that went. Obviously, things have to balance out. But even then, I wouldn't even say that things are balancing out. I have seen, or at least perceived, 28 spikes. If we were to add the decreases and no spikes together, those are 22. Then there are 5 unknown weeks. So if we add the unknown weeks and the weeks that we know the non-spikes or decreases, then yeah, we have 27, and it's almost 50-50. Now technically, for those 5 unknowns, it's entirely possible that the spike did occur on the raffle day. But what are the chances of that being the case on all 5 of those? Probably pretty slim. So it still seems like there's more non-spikes than spikes. But, there's still time for this to, like, balance out a little bit better in my favor. Obviously, things were going really well, and then these past 3 weeks have shifted it a bit more. But yeah, like, I don't know. I really enjoyed just getting spike after spike after spike. It felt pretty good. And now that I'm, like, really trying and putting in more effort, it's like, no, we're not doing that anymore. So it's annoying. I want to get the turnip stuff done. I've been working hard on this for, like, a year now. And obviously, I've made good progress. And, like, again, if you look at, like, how much money I made in the first half of 2025, it was, like, 100 millish. But then if you look at what I ended with, it's, like, 673. Okay, night and day. I think, yeah, if I had done things differently, I could have been done within a year, I think. Would that have been nice? Kinda. But, it's not, that's not the point. It doesn't matter to, like, sure, if I did things differently, I probably could have had it done within a year, and that's nice to know. But this is the reality, and I gotta, like, try to get this done. So anyway, that's why I'm trying to, like, buy more, so I can make it more faster progress and be done sooner. Because once I'm done this, then life gets easy. But the game has other plans for me, clearly. Also, we have 6 here, and I think the igloo showed up here, which would mean that 9 were taken away. So, like, these 6 correspond to those 9. So I think we'll have that sorted out. Anyway, what is this emote? I can't see it. Oh, I can see it. Yeah, bad news. Very bad news. This is what I was afraid of, but yeah. I'm hoping I can sell quickly, but I don't know. 42's kind of a lot. Unless I didn't buy 42, I kind of feel like I miscounted, and I never actually... I was supposed to, like, review my footage and figure out where I bought to make sure that I took everything, because the numbers did not add up. And obviously I didn't do that because I forgot. And there's things going on, so... Oops! Might have to review that either at the end of this stream or between streams, because I have a feeling I'm not going to have enough time to sell everything within one stream. And I'll have to come back for a short, like, 10-minute one like I did last week, I think. The first week, I was, like, barely able to, because I had, like, 33 inventories. But last week and this week, I have, like, 40 at least, so... Also, I'm not moving any of the money yet, which may be a problem, but, like, whatever. The problem with losing money here is that, like, now my acres have less money in them. That's the only issue, really. I need them to have money so I can buy things. And I don't have enough money to, like, I have, like, the main acres, and then there's auxiliary acres, and then it's like I use the money from the auxiliary ones with the main acres, and then the main, like, then there's just not enough. And it's like, well, I can't really do much here. Okay, this is not ideal. And that is, like, not even gonna work, but we're gonna just do this for now. I was hoping that I had taken some turnips from here, but I haven't yet. So we're gonna just take some, and then we're gonna do a little swapperooski here. Me when I do a little swapperooski. That other money will get moved later. I don't care. If it's in the acre, it's fine, although it could go into the lost and found, so it does need to be addressed by the end of the day. Also, I think maybe we had turnips where the igloo showed up today, so it's possible we have like 20 turnips locked in to the lost and found, which would probably make up for the money I've lost at least this week. So like that, like sure, I will get the money back next time there's a spike. But it's just like, I always typically at this point buy when there's turnips. So like, I don't know. Like, technically, if like a raffle was happening and I didn't buy, and then the spike happened on a day and I didn't buy that week, but then I had turnips in the lost and found, that could be like, oh, nice. But like, usually it's just like supplementary, and like I would have recovered that money anyways, but it should offset things. So like, it does help. You know, because then I'm not like, oh, well, this week I would have made 35 mil, but because I had to replenish what was lost, I only made 32, you know? But in this case, it's like, oh, well, the turnips are locked away, so if I sell them, then we can say that I made the 35 I should have made. Anyway, I'm just gonna stick with it for now. And yeah, I might have to come back for another stream later. I really wanted the spike, and it would have been for like a rough, busy day, but I would have rather that than lose, especially because it's like, this is 3 weeks of losing. And again, it's not about losing money, it's about losing time, because that's like 10 hours. 10 hours of my life for nothing. That's how the game works. Maybe the spike will be for a better price. I mean, yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I know I'm kind of sounding doom and gloom, but that's true. It could be for a better price. If we think about it, I've bought like 33, 40, and 42 inventories the past 3 weeks, and I did that consistently. Okay, if I did that same thing, but with a better price, we would be pulling in considerably better numbers. And the progress would be insane. So, like, yes, right now I'm frustrated and annoyed. It's like, can I catch a break? Can I get some money, please? But if we get, like, good prices, and we pull off the same amount that we're buying, that's insane. It's gonna be nuts. Because, again, like, last week would have been, like, 8 mil. 8 times 7 is 56, okay? If we somehow got 3 spikes in a row and they all had great prices, that would be 150 mil. Technically 160 something. Okay, and that would be huge. That would put me over 800 mil. Like, also, I was doing this math in my head the other day. It's pretty easy math. I'm just saying I was doing it in my head. Right now, if I was to buy, 5 mil, right? I buy 5 mil worth of turnips every week. That means I need 9 more spikes. That's it. That's a single-digit number. It's no longer in the double digits if I do 5 mil. Obviously, if I do 4 mil, that's, like, going to be more. That's okay, there's the gyrate, actually. So that's nice that we're seeing that. But yeah, like, it's only 9 more spikes. And that's why it's so frustrating. Like, these 3 weeks have given me nothing. And if I had bought, like, if I bought the amount that I bought these past 3 weeks and they were all spikes, I would only need, like, 6 more spikes. I guess, like, I don't know, I think I'm not that close, but then I look at that and it's like, actually, no, that's, like, pretty close. I mean, I've seen 28, spikes, right? That's how many spikes I've received. Technically, it's possible that I had more, but I've seen 28. You know, if you multiply 28 by 2, you have something in the 50s, right? Like 56, which is like, you know, more than the amount of weeks there are in a year. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, you could see that within, like, half a year, I guess. So, it really just depends. Now, again, if I spend, like, more, the price does get better. So, like I said, if I spend 5 mil every week, that's going to take, like, 9 months. And on average, I'd be done in June. The very beginning of June. And that is, again, if there's a spike every other week. If we can get a couple weeks in a row, that's going to take that number down. However, I don't even have the formula going that high. I guess I could extend it. How do I extend this? Right now, it says if I do 8 mil, that's only 6 weeks, and I'd be done mid-April. Okay, so there's still hope for being done soon if I keep this up. Not all is lost. This is just like a really lame way to start the year off. You know, I was really hoping we could go like hard and get a bunch of money. Anyway, like I said, if I buy the way that I've bought these past 3 weeks, eventually I'll be set. And if the money works out, like, yeah. Like, if it's only, like, if it's a bad price, like it's been, then I can still get 5 mil without too much trouble. And that's 9 spikes. Okay. But then if I get, you know, like 8, which again, if I had a max price and I bought what I bought this week, I'd basically have like 8.1 or something. And that would take, you know, 6 more weeks. So before I was thinking like I'm not that close, and then like, you know, they're giving me bad patterns to remind me that like, hey, you're not that close, you still got lots to do. But now I'm thinking about it again, it's like, you know what, look at these numbers. I am close. And if I do this for a couple, like if we had a couple good spikes, if I had 2 weeks where it was like near max price and I bought this amount, yeah, it would be like, oh, you need 4 more spikes at that price. That would cut the number down even if it was a bad week. So I think this is just testing me. Maybe I said too much. Maybe I was getting a little too excited about being done. But if we keep this up, I think we're still like good to be done. Like, I don't know, things could go crazy. I could have another 5 spikes in a row with like all really good prices, and we could be done in March. Like, technically, it's very unlikely, but it's technically possible. April is also like maybe still feeling attainable, but again, it really just depends on how things go. Like next week, at least, again, the raffle is on the Saturday, so I don't have to worry about that being a problem. So I can buy next week, or this weekend for next week, and then there's all of February. And February's got 4 weeks, so, and then again, there's no raffle, or the raffle's on a Saturday then. So that is 5 weeks before March. So I mean, technically, I'm gonna get even more ridiculous here. Technically, if I had a really good price and I said, you know what, we're buying even more than I bought this week, and I hit 9 or 10 mil, maybe, and I just got 5 spikes in a row, I could be done by before March. I'm just saying that to be ridiculous. I think, like, sure, it's technically possible, especially like if I like woke up at 6 a.m. and I bought literally all day. That'd be terrible though. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. But yeah. Anyway, I'm annoyed by the price, but looking at the numbers, I think I'm better. I don't know. This is like, it's testing me. It's discouraging me, but like, I only need 9 spikes. Like, I only need to like successfully do what I'm doing these past 2 weeks 9 more times. And if we get a better price, then that cuts that down. So I just need the spikes to start happening. That's all. Please start happening. Don't make me wait like this. But yeah, so because we're selling all these now, and we don't have a spike. That does mean I will have time for New Horizons. Because before I was thinking maybe I won't have much time for New Horizons, but I will have time for that today. We're at like 346 requests. The current requests are actually kind of cursed. So I don't know. Technically, I could do the one that requires wood, but the other ones, like needing scallops, are not that great. It's possible that I have a lot of scallops in my second character's storage, because I did like catch at least 3 of everything in for the diving stuff on my other, like, and then I stored them in my other character's storage just in case they added models. So it's possible that I do have scallops. It's possible that I have more than 3. The gold is also very unfortunate because I've been trying to get the fortunes from Katrina to like increase the odds, because my recollection is that the rocks just hate giving me gold. And looking it up, yeah, gold just it's a 1% chance of getting a gold nugget from hitting rocks. So it's not good. Bad odds, very bad odds. And then, yeah, the wood, like, I could do it. It's just expensive and not particularly worth it. And then the other one's just, like, the clams. And, like, I haven't got a lot of clams lately. So, I don't know. I will have some time to do that today, so I'll at least get, like, the wood and do all the collecting stuff, and then we'll just go from there. Yeah, the gold is unfortunate. I feel like even if I get, like, the right fortune from Katrina, the game's just gonna be like, yeah, but you don't actually need any gold, do you? And just, like, not give me any. Something crazy like that. Also, yeah, they want 6 scallops. Thankfully, I do have, like, one of those dishes cooked, but... Also, like, the whole, like, inviting the tourist to your hotel thing, I've only seen it once. I hope I can see another one today. Otherwise, like, I am gonna start getting concerned about that. But I tried to, like, look it up, but, like, I don't see any good info about, like, how frequently it happens yet. People, like, make it seem like it happens all the time. And it's like, what are you talking about? I haven't seen this once. Again, I really don't even remember where I bought things at this point. Kinda like, ew. I don't know, I keep saying like, oh, selling a loss isn't that bad, but I guess a lot of the losses I've sold at have been like lower numbers, or it hasn't been as frequent. It was like 30 or something, and it's like less than an hour, and it's like, oh, it's a fraction of the time. But it's like here, it's like still gonna be an hour, and it's like anything like an hour, it's like, okay, really? Like, I've been here for 29 minutes. I did the yap like for 2 minutes at the beginning before I started selling, but like, yeah. I mean, like, sure, I sold however many inventories I had near the store, which was like probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8, 9. I think I sold 9. And now I've been working on this acre where I would have like done 15. So like maybe I'm at 24 at this point. Maybe. I'd say 24 would be if I was done this acre. And like I'm picking up these, and then there's still like maybe one more. I guess there's still turnips outside this acre down there. How many more do I need? 3? Okay, I don't know. There's like 1 or 2 more here. So like, yeah, we're probably like halfway at this point. Unless like I didn't buy as many as I thought, and I haven't figured that out yet. You did not bring bad luck. It's not on you. The spike, the price was determined on Sunday. Technically, that is true though. The pattern for the entire week is decided on Sunday when you load. So like, this was all predetermined. But you know, like, it's the struggles like these that make the whole nature of this run as crazy as it is, right? Like, you know, if you use the prediction stuff, or if you just always knew when you'd get a spike, like this would be easy. It would just be like a grind, right? Like you just have to put the hours in. Here, I have to put the hours in and deal with the mental toil. I have to deal with the you know, like there's a lot. Like if you just always knew you're gonna make money, then yeah, it's not. There's no mental game there. This is a mental game. It makes it that much crazier. So, you know, like it's days or weeks like these that, you know, make it as crazy as it is. And that's why I stream, you know, so that the craziness is shown, showcased, preserved, all that. Anyway, I'd love to be done this in one stream. I don't know if it's gonna happen though. Because if I could just have that done, then be like, alright, New Horizons after. Great. But we'll see about that. I don't even know how much money I have here, but it's not quite enough. Technically, I do have, like, money in, by the dump. I do have money in the dump acre, which I could use to supplement and, like, replenish one of these things. And I might do that, like, tomorrow, maybe. Tomorrow I will have more time to stream, obviously. Today's just a busy day. That's fine. Got plans later, so trying to slot everything in. See, now I'm missing 2. Oh, I bought it at the museum. I forgot about the museum. Okay, I'm missing 2, but did they get scooped by the igloo and I dropped a bunch back? Is that what happened? That is the problem here. I don't know where I'm missing. I don't see anything else here. You know, I'm running around. I'm mashing the B button. There's nothing here, which makes me think it has something to do with the lost and found. So I'm gonna just dig up this gyroid while I remember where it is. Oh wow, look at that! It's a mini echoid. That could be new. Also could not be, so I don't know. We're gonna just... Nope! It is not! Why would I think it would be new? We need 4 mini things and like 5 mega things. And then 2 tall things and then 3 just like whatevers. That's the gist of that. I'm not gonna name them all. Just know there's 14 gyroids still. Okay, so yeah, we're like... I think we're halfway through this. It's like 33 minutes in. I guess I could deal with the museum acre at this point, and then go from there. Like, yeah, some of these acres are just not going to be, like, usable this Sunday unless I do something about it. And it's like, I have money at the dump. But, like, some of that's gone, and usually that's the money I like to keep in my, like, letters, so that when I'm running low in an acre, or if I make a mistake, or if I don't do the math right, or if I want to extend it and really push for an extra one, I can take, like, 1 or 2 or 3 out. Because that's good. I like that. And yeah, that's usually how I like to do it. But now I'm thinking I need to, next spike, I drop money by my houses. Now, I know I have a lot of stuff in the house acre, and I kind of been trying to clean it slowly. So, like, there's a lot of things that I'm thinking about when it comes to that. Do I need one more? Yeah, one more. Okay. Anyway, yes. So my house acre. Like, I have a bunch of stuff there. There's a lot of the, like, Gracie's shirts are all there. There's a handful of furniture. There's some raffle tickets. Next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday is a raffle. I have a bunch of raffle tickets by the dock. That's where all of my remaining raffle tickets are. That's going to be the January, February, March, and May tickets. I do not have any April tickets. So there's a couple ways that I can do this. But basically, there's only one raffle item I need, and whenever you win the fishing tourney, you get a guaranteed new raffle or item from Red. And I have all of Red's items, and I'm only missing the one raffle item. So basically, next fishing tourney I win, I should just get the raffle item, unless somehow things have gone wrong. But on all of the ones I've won, which is like 11, I've never got a duplicate. I've always got something new, and at the end, there's very few options. So I'm pretty sure that's guaranteed, which is good. We can obviously work with that. But yeah, so in June, if we get, like, we'll win the tourney. But if somehow it shows up before June, then we can have it ahead of time. And I don't have to worry about the large bass ever again, which would be nice, because that was terrible. But yeah, I still have those tickets because I saved them. I spent a lot of effort setting up office lockers and putting the tickets in them in my third character's house because, you know, I didn't know how the raffle stuff would go by the beginning, or by the time the year had passed. And, like, yeah, I got a couple raffle items from, like, let me figure this thing out. There was something I wrote down because it was, like, weird. Okay, so when I was doing all this stuff on the island to get the island exclusive furniture, I did happen to get a handful of raffle items and a handful of red items. And, like, I got, basically when I bought red out in November for sale day, I actually found every single item that I would have got, like, that I got from the island there. So, like, the island gave them to me sooner, but I did see them occurring within my town naturally through sale day. So that's not a problem, right? But that was like the, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items from red that I got early that way. And then there's the 2 raffle ones. So, like, realistically speaking, if I only got 2... I'm hearing weird sounds here. I don't understand what I'm hearing. Sorry, it's distracting you. But yeah, realistically, there was 2 raffle items I got, and I could have just won more fishing tourneys in June to get those. So, like, that doesn't feel like it was cheating the system. But I wasn't sure how I would do when it came to all the raffle stuff, right? That's why I was always, like, planning to have all these tickets. But it's like, there's so many different things that can happen, right? Like, things get buried in your town randomly, and it's either going to be a red item or a raffle item. And depending on how that look goes and what you actually see in your raffle, and then using Katrina's good luck fortune, like, you know, there's just so many different ways that you can get these things and have it work out in your favor. So that's why I saved the tickets, but we have the tickets, so it's like, well, I can, you know, I don't have enough tickets for every month. Some months I didn't need anything, so I didn't use any of them. Some I didn't have to use many, so it's like I still have 20 tickets left over. This month was kind of like that, so I bought, like, shirts for, like, for the first, like, 10 days, just to, like, get up to 30 tickets. And then it's like, okay, now that I have 30, we can just move on. Who cares, right? But I don't expect to see the item that I need in the raffle before June. Honestly, I don't expect it to happen, but I want to plan for it just in case. because if we can get that done, that's one more item I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about the fishing tourney then, and then I can say that's one more source of items that's gone. Because that's always been my big thing, right? It's like, oh, if we get rid of one source of items, you don't have to worry about one specific thing. What's the item? It is the plum bonsai. And as far as I know, the raffle has like every item has an equal chance of appearing. So, and there's only like 37 items in the raffle. So like, yeah, sure, there's a chance. There's a chance we could see it before then. But anyway, basically, we're guaranteed to get in June. But I will like buy tickets and keep like stocked up in case it shows up, so that I can have it then. Okay, so again, this is not quite a full inventory, but... Oh no, I've been pitfalled! Okay. Should I... You know what? Let me... I was gonna say, should I check the lost and found? I'm gonna check it now. I feel like we got... No, we didn't get more displaced. Okay. So that means we have 11 in there. So, like, there'll be one inventory where we just sell, like, 4 turnips at the end. Unless I did the math very wrong there. But yeah, like, the museum has, like, half the money it should have right now. That's rough. Should have, you know, 30 bags, so we got, like, 15 there. Actually, technically only like 14, and I'm too lazy. Oh, wait, no, there's still one more there, right? It's not, like, a full inventory. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm probably just... Anyway. Sorry, where I was trying to go with this is like, yeah, after next Saturday, I will sell off the... Are there still turnips here? Am I crazy? Yes, there's still 6 there. Okay, great. Yeah, sorry. After this next Saturday, not tomorrow, next Saturday, we'll have the raffle. So I'll either use tickets or I won't have any need to use them. And if I don't, then I'll sell them and we'll have like 20 more slots over here, down here, whatever. So I could drop the raffle tickets there, or I could move Gracie's shirts that I have been keeping over there instead and clear up some space that way. And then also like sell some other stuff, because I have so many office lockers and chances are I'm not going to need them, so I could sell a bunch of that stuff. And if I do sell that stuff, then is there a spot there? No. Then we would have more space around my house. And if we have more space around my house, I can drop more money there. Because, yeah, I don't know. I kind of wish I had a little bit more money out so I could use it. I can always take money out of my bank, but still. I don't like to take money out of the bank. Money goes in the bank. It's not meant to come out in this game. So the museum acre is done, D5 is done, all the stuff I moved near the store is basically done. There's still a couple inventories at the train station. There's a couple inventories down here by the bridge. And then there's still some on the left side. 43 minutes into this. Yeah, I don't know. This is looking like 2 streams. There's like nothing here. This is like, I don't know. I feel like so many of these acres are going to be barren of money. Because like, yeah, we are losing basically almost half of what I put in. Not quite, but not great. These acres are definitely going to be like not well off. And it's like at this point, it's like, should I even drop money here or should I just drop in another acre? But you know what? I'll think about that, and that's like something to figure out tomorrow. Because again, it's like I'll do this stream. I probably will have to come back to finish this up quickly later on in the afternoon. Then I'll do my New Horizons stream. And then that'll be it for the day, and it might be a little shorter, it might not. Really depends. It's probably mostly gonna just be like for like collecting ingredients and maybe doing a couple requests, but I don't know if I can do those ones because like the materials are just in a rough spot right now. So it's like maybe I just like stock up and then hope for the reset next week and then get it done. Because like I'm at almost 350. If I got like really good luck, I could get lots done in a day or 2 days. Like I've had days where I do like 50 or 60, so like I don't know, we could make significant progress. I think we'll be done basically very soon when like with the requests. And I'll have to do some math to confirm that that'll be the case, but it's looking like pretty good pace now, and then once that happens, I don't have to like stream as long. And like, yes, I'll still be streaming 2 Animal Crossing, but it'll be so much more manageable. Because like, look at okay, there was one there. That's a bit of a yikes. That could have been bad. I'm gonna grab from like this pile up here and just hope that that works. But yeah, look at last Sunday. I showed up. I streamed for like 240 in the GameCube game, this one, and bought turnips. And then later on in the evening, I like streamed for like 2 or 2.5 hours in New Horizons. So like that was like a 5-hour Animal Crossing day. And like apart from turnips, like once we're done all the craft and all that stuff, yeah, it's like I just show up to New Horizons, try to invite someone to the hotel, decorate a room quickly, order stuff, customize stuff. Okay, done. That's what it'll look like after the requests are done. I'm like, that's probably like a half-hour stream, 45 tops maybe. A lot more manageable. And then, you know, I can wrap it up. And then I'll wrap it up and be like, alright, I am done with New Horizons again. And then they'll be like, hey, we're releasing 3.1. Do it again. I'll be like, oh. Or maybe they won't do that. Who knows at this point? Does anyone know? Because I don't. Okay, so I got that inventory, which I've been putting off. The one with the bridge is done. Museum's done. That one's done. So it's really just like D1. I don't think D1 has a lot, to be honest. So now I'm confused. But again, did I not buy as much as I think I did? I know that like in the past I was like tracking things. Like I had a thing where like I where's that? I had a thing. I had a system at one point in time, okay? And I like, you know, was making note of things and writing them down. And then I didn't need that and things were going super smoothly. And then this week, I don't know, something just feels like, something seems wrong here. I forgot there's still like an inventory here. Maybe 2, actually. Completely forgot about these ones for a sec. Because it's like, I bought like 4 here, and 3 here, and 3 here, and that's 10. And then I think I bought 15 here, so that's like 25. And then I bought like 7 here, which is like 32. And then I bought an amount here, which was maybe 6 or 7. But then that leaves me short a couple. And that's why I'm confused. So maybe there's another acre that I just completely forgot about. Or I did the math wrong. But usually I don't do the math wrong, so I'm confused. Very confusing times here. yeah, like this acre's like, oh, here you go. You got 120k. Take it or leave it. I suppose, like, in this case, the acre above is, like, seldomly used, so, like, I could pull from there. There are a couple acres where there's money that don't get used very often. So, like, I could pull from those. Like, and this one doesn't get used very often. It's also, like, an awful acre. There's not much space. This is, like, a 3 or 4 inventories tops kind of deal. Which is not great, okay? But yeah, I am a little let down by the patterns these weeks, but again, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing this weekend. Maybe even crazier, it depends on the price. If the price is crazier and I start a little earlier, then yeah, we could do some crazy things. I stopped early this week, didn't I? Which acre did I stop at? I can't remember. I did not buy as much as I could have, because I was like, okay, we're going to leave it here. We're done now. Or, like, maybe I did it a specific way. But, like, and again, I started, like, 9:30-ish? I was hoping to be up earlier, and I set an alarm for, like, just after 9, I think. I don't remember what exactly the time was. But, you know, I started at, like, 9:30, or, like, 9:40. I don't remember. I think it was closer to 9:40. But, like, if I set an alarm slightly earlier, I could be here before 9:30. Maybe, like, 9:20. That could be enough to, like, pull off 9 mil, maybe 10 mil. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we get a good price, because if we get a good price, then we can, like, redeem all of this. I kept saying, like, you know, I could redeem, like, the past 2 weeks if I got a really good price. This past Sunday. I was like, you know, if we get, I'm losing it. Kept saying, like, oh, if we get, like, you know, if we get a max price and I spend, like, 8 mil, then I'll make all the money I would have made in, like, the past 2 weeks. Which is, not even true. I would have to spend way more than that. But it would redeem it, slightly. Okay, I guess maybe I only had one inventory left in D1, which is a little weird, but I guess I did that way. So there's still the train station ones, which I think there's 4 there. Nope, 1 o'clock. Okay, so I do have to wrap up pretty soon here. I guess I should probably review the stream footage so that I know what I'm getting into later. And then, yeah, tomorrow I will, like, redistribute the money properly, I think. Because it shouldn't take, like, that long. And, like, tomorrow I just have to deal with Wendell, so that's not a big deal. But, like, yeah, we still have, like, this. And we never really get to this half the money. So if I use this, then we can kind of fix things and be back to how we should be. And there's still a bunch of money at the store, too. So, yeah, I mean, like, I'm just not thrilled about this, but I think, like, if I do this and I clear out some space around my houses, we can drop a little bit of extra cash there. And then we can use that as we see fit. If we run into problems like this in the future. But, like, can we just get some good luck soon, please? Give me a good price. Give me a spike. Give me a great price, and then the Monday spikes, and I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the week. Give me peace of mind. Immediately. Is that too much to ask for? Maybe. Okay, fine. Give me a Wednesday spike. And a really good price. And let me spend, like, 10 mil. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was saying, give me a good week, and I'll spend 10 mil, and then I'll make, like, 70 mil in profit, and that'll be the equivalent to the 2 5 mil weeks where I had decreases. It would have made up for it. Yeah, imagine if I did 10 mil weeks. I could, like, maybe do 1, but probably not a lot. Okay, so I guess there's, like, 1 inventory here. Now I'm confused. Now I'm very confused. I don't have the time to figure this out right now. there's numbers that I need to crunch in my head. Yeah, I don't know. I'm figuring this out. I guess maybe today I could move some of the money, potentially too, but I kind of want to like focus more on New Horizons today. So we're gonna just see. Anyway, I'm gonna sell this last inventory and then I'm gonna leave it there. And it's like we do have turnips in the lost and found, so we can recoup some of the money lost here. Not a lot, but enough to, you know, help. Actually, that's just a full inventory. Okay, sure. Alright, so there's like 3 turnips right outside the store in the acre below. I think I'll move those to the store acre so I just don't forget about them. But there should still be like 1 more turnip then, right? If this is literally it, which I don't know if it is, and that's why I'm so confused. So I do think I'm gonna have to come back just to like make sure everything's all good. And then if I do that, then yeah, maybe I will move the money around now and then also partially tomorrow. Because I don't want to come back for like a 2-minute stream where I'm like, actually everything was good. So it could be like a 10-minute stream where I do that and then I deal with the other stuff. But like if 11 turnips are in the lost and found and there's 3 out here, then that would say that there's still 1 elsewhere that's just like missing. Which wouldn't be that much money lost at this point, but I'd rather not lose it. So I'm going to just drop those there. So I know there's 3 here. And then I'll just check some of the acres maybe later. And I have to figure out, because I don't know, this doesn't feel right. I feel like there's more. So maybe I like miscounted, so I don't know. I really need to like go back and review the footage and all that. I don't have time to do that right now. So I'll be back later in the afternoon. We'll wrap this up in like 5-10 minutes probably, I hope. And then I can switch over to New Horizons and get that going for the day. And again, that's going to be more resource-based because the current requests are a little rough. Unless somehow I get all the clams that I need for that thing. Or I just use all my wood, or half the wood I get today on that one request. Anyway, so what do I have to say today? No spike this week. That's 3 weeks in a row with nothing. I have not seen profit since December 31st. No, sorry, December 30th. So it's been a minute. Anyway, so I'm a little bummed by that, but hopefully we get a good price this week and I can go even crazier. Maybe I can do a 3-hour stream and I can hit like 9 mil or 10 mil. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But that would be sick, especially if we got a spike. If I did that and I didn't get a spike, I would like push my head into a wall. I don't know. It would not be very good. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be back for a quick like sell the last few turnips, make sure I didn't miss any, move some money around, make sure everything's good stream. Okay, and then I'll be back for New Horizons, and that'll be like the day. And then tomorrow I'll deal with Wendell in this game, and if I have to move more money around and prep for Sunday, sure, I'll do that. And then I'll see what I can do in New Horizons. Again, it's very dependent on how things treat me, because getting the the giant clamshells, if I do that soon, then I'm good. But the wood could also work, and if I somehow get the fortune and get gold, that could work. But anyway, a lot of variables that I'm talking about right now, and I can't control everything. So we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. But I'll be back later. For now, I'm out. See ya.